So, full week of practice. You know that you're coming in expecting to play a lot this week. Big game on the road. Does it change any way you prepare? Does it change the way you approach this week?
Definitely not. I mean, if not, I got to go back to last week and practice how I did. Stay humble. I mean, just have that fire that I had last week, thinking of I got to get my spot and I got to keep my spot right now. So, if anything, I got to turn it up even more.
What is your spot? What is that?
My spot right now, I'm in substitute with the twos. Me and Darius, we're rotating in on the Dutch personnel with a 2 tight end set, and then Duan is in the 1 tight end first string. So I come in there, and whenever they need me, if they need me to block, if they need me to run routes, I do what they tell me and just try to make the most out of my reps.
Do you expect to be a big part of the game plan on Saturday?
I hope. I mean, if I do, then I got to make big plays. If not, I'm blocking. If I'm doing whatever they tell me to do, as long as I help the team win, I mean, I'm happy.
How much of an adjustment was it? I mean, it seems like you kind of always fancied yourself a basketball player for a long time, but made the transition to football. How tough was that transition, and when did you kind of make that?
Yeah, the physicality was probably the most different, and you know, a lot of the jumping, foot speed kind of transferred over, which was, you know, a big advantage. You know, that really helped me out. You know, so running routes kind of transferred over great from basketball. A lot of the blocking, stuff like that, I got to get in the weight room, get a lot stronger. You know, those guys, you know, they're real tough. You know, they have a lot of experience in blocking, and I'm just trying to get there. I'm doing my best, so keep going as hard as I can.
Now, you played on some pretty good basketball. I mean, Brandon Knight was on your team in high school, wasn't that?
Yes, sir.
How good were those teams that you were on?
Oh, they were good. I mean, it was definitely top-notch basketball. I mean, I loved it. Still love the game. But, I mean, you know, football, I got a little itch for it. And when I went out there, I fell in love with that, too. And then football, it came. You know, a lot of the, you know, technique and footwork, stuff like that, like I said, just transferred over great, and it worked out.
Did you think you would go a basketball route in college?
I think? At first I did. And then came out 1 year football, and like I said, I fell in love. I mean, it's in my blood. My father played football, kind of football family at that point. And everything was just going towards football at that extent.
Did you have offers in places?
Yeah, like Richmond, Tulane, San Francisco, a lot of those mid-majors. And then kind of didn't want to go mid-major. Didn't grow anymore in basketball, and you got to, you know, be a tall player in basketball. So 6'4", 6'5" in basketball is still short. When you come into football, kind of, you know, it's a little different, you know. So all those kind of transferred over great for me.
You talked about trying to get a little bit bigger. I mean, is there a benchmark for you where you feel like you need to be a certain size? You know, you're talking about getting, you know, in the weight room.
I mean, Coach Gentry, you know, whatever he tells me, he knows where I got to be. He knows what reps I got to do, what sets I got to do. So I'm following his plan, and you know, every day he says, just do the card, do our weights that they're telling us to do, and you'll be fine. So I'm doing that, and you know, I'll get to that point where I'm just as strong as everybody else.
Why do you think you sort of fell through the recruiting cracks a little bit? That you were kind of a late signing. Why do you think you were lightly recruited?
A lot of them were mid-majors, and then again, I was waiting for that offer coming. And then when I didn't sign early in February, you know, some of those other mid-majors kind of fell out. And well, like I said, I only played 1 year in high school, so I mean, kind of a late start. So when the film got out there, you know, the coaches started coming in late, and then you know, Virginia Tech came on. It was
what prompted you to finally start playing football?
I knew I was going to play at some point in high school, and then, you know, never late is better. So, I mean, kind of senior year came around, I was like, you know, I'm going to go out there and try it out. And like I said, I had a lot of mid-majors. Basketball wasn't feeling that, so I said, let's go out and try football. So it worked out great.
Is that tough not to play football at a younger age when your dad played in the NFL? Or?
I mean, he supported it either way. He kind of knew that with basketball, like with my size that I was going to have, it kind of transferred over. Like I said, you know, the speed, the quickness. I mean, that worked out great. I mean, it was part of the plan if it came down to it, and ended up taking that road, football road.
Were you a football fan at all growing up? Did you watch a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a total sports fan. I mean, I love every sport. I mean, anything, you know, you're competing, I love that. You know, you're going out, you play tennis with me, and then I'm going out there, I'm going 100%. So anything athletic, you know, it was great. You know, we're an athletic family. Everything we do, we just do it with pride.